we're gonna get started with butterfly food. I was taught that by our friend Steph, and this is Roberta's 3-piece native butterfly Asclepias. Yes, they are live plants, but really what they are is monarch butterfly favorite food.
That's absolutely right. This is their only food, really.
Wow.
Mary, you know, for various reasons, whether it be the farming techniques that we're using these days, just all the construction going up, the monarch butterfly just cannot find this Asclepias out in the wild anymore. And unfortunately, as a result, their population is now considered an endangered species. So, you know, by planting this hybridized, beautiful collection of Asclepias, you are truly helping solve the issue of the monarch butterfly population by providing the caterpillars, like you see there, their only food source in the whole world.
Oh, I love that. They look so beautiful and full and lush, too.
They are.
We're getting a 3-piece Asclepia live plant collection for $24.98.
Yep.
Is that all the colors?
Yes. Aren't those
my gosh.
gorgeous? You get the princess pink, the hello yellow, and the Apollo orange.
Oh,
I love them.
Yeah,
the names are fun.
They sound like names of Greek gods.
Exactly. Yes.
So they ship for free. And Steph, you know, I know you're listed on all of our website that we can go and learn about the Wallings as a garden designer.
I am.
But I
yes.
know you so much more because you give us such great science behind
Thank you.
why adding plants to a garden.
Totally.
This one obviously is
This
food for the butterflies,
yes.
but really adds a fullness too.
It does, yeah, exactly. Now, talking about landscape designing, you're gonna be growing a native plant. So that means it's just gonna be super easy for us. You know, I love gardening, but I'm a lazy gardener at heart. So I want something that's gonna be easy to grow, give us this beautiful color, but then really the showstopper about this collection, Mary, is the foliage. So you see these, you know, these are obviously fake monarch butterflies to give you the effect that they're gonna start flying around, they're gonna find your plants in the garden, and she's gonna actually lay her eggs on the underside of these leaves. Once those eggs hatch into the caterpillar, they're gonna eat their hearts out. They're gonna fill their bellies with these leaves. Again, this is their only food source in the world.
Wow.
And then once they get nice and full, as we all know, the caterpillar goes into their chrysalis. They spend some time and then they emerge the beautiful monarch.
Aw.
There's actually a really great video from Sandra that I would love to show if possible.
I'd love to see
She and her
it.
family did it at home. They got to bring the caterpillars inside and feed them.
Oh, they're having trouble getting it to
shoot.
play
Okay, no
right now.
problem.
So that's okay. We'll dive into it later.
Yep.
Should we get it rolling? But
Yep.
this is what it looks like when it arrives.
Exactly right. So 3 living, already, you know, growing plants. So imagine you're going to plant these somewhere, Mary, in the garden that gets a lot of sun. They do love sun. Once they're established, by next year, they're super drought tolerant. I never go out and water mine. But what's really special is I can promise you the monarchs are going to find your house. My wife and I last summer counted 85 caterpillars in our front yard.
You're doing your part.
Yes, exactly. This is the only solution, and it's a beautiful one at that.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, and what a nice way to spend the morning. Let's go count butterflies.
I know, what a great day.
I know.
Yeah.
Now, they're deer resistant and drought tolerant, I'm seeing on the screen.
Yep.
So we want to give them plenty of space where they can grow tall. And how wide will they spread?
Yeah, so what we're seeing here, this is a pretty good representation of their full size. So they're only gonna grow about, you know, 24 to 36 inches tall and wide. So it's a nice compact variety. The native Asclepias that the monarchs are used to having eaten, it's not that pretty. Now, they don't care, but I wouldn't want to grow it in my garden.
Yeah.
So we brought this, we sometimes call this the butterfly bouquet collection because it is so beautiful in our gardens. And then
That's
the star
not
of the
AI.
show. No, that is the real
It's
deal.
real.
Yes.
Look how beautiful that is. I mean, we have to protect our pollinators.
We do.
I mean, I am not a Walleen, although I like to pretend I am one on TV.
Absolutely right.
But
Join the fam.
I love the fact that you are actually helping support the pollinators in your area. And if this is their only food, I want to support them. But not only that, you're getting beautiful, they look like fluffy flowers.
They do. And if you look up really close, sometimes you'll even notice they look like a shooting star.
Yeah.
But what's nice, so here you see the monarch, she's drinking the nectar from the flowers, which is great. So the monarchs, all of our bees and butterflies are going to enjoy the nectar because the flowers really are full of food for them.
Yeah.
But then it is the leaves that are really the star of the show because that is the food source, as you see here, for the caterpillar. So this is the one plant that when you see, you know, caterpillars or insects on your plants, leave them be.
Yeah,
You know, don't be nervous.
They're doing their thing.
That's why we're planting this, exactly.
Well, and I love too that we're getting all the different colors on the screen. So we're getting the orange, the yellow, and the pink.
Yes.
But As they do eat down the leaves, I don't want to be selfish or anything, but I feel like that's going to make the blooms pop even more.
Exactly. Yeah, it will. It'll make them shine.
If I have my big showers for my garden already,
Yep.
like earlier I ordered them,
Totally.
and then these are going to ship either now or very,
Pretty
very soon. Could I fill this in around with other
Yes.
flowers? Or do these like being with others?
Absolutely, yeah. And you know,
Okay.
we have a great show coming up, like the echinacea. This would look really great with the daylilies, for example.
Yeah.
All of those are sun-loving. This is a perennial. I should have said that sooner because this can take temperatures down to like -30. So even for those of us who live, you know, as far north as the Canadian border, you can grow these with success. And so if there's one plant, Mary, that I like to say, every garden across the U.S. should and can grow this. Because look at what you get to achieve. You get to enjoy these bright, beautiful flowers, and then you get to know that you're, you know, helping solve the monarch butterfly
And when people say,
population.
what are your hobbies? I go, oh, I save butterflies.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I'm part of a butterfly rescue.
That's right.
I grow Asclepias in my yard.
It's true.
The
It's
other
true.
thing, so we get all of the color, but question for you about sun, water, food.
Sure, yes.
Okay.
So they love as much sun as possible.
Okay.
They're pretty drought tolerant. And I want to mention, you know, every item in the show, everything that we sell comes with these growing guides that my brother Devin hand writes, so you know that they're good. They're full of information, so if you forget anything, you're gonna have this guide, and this is just to help you, you know, have some growing tips and, you know, tips for success.
And I like that they're deer and drought tolerant too. I saw the
Yes.
picture of the deer on the screen with the circle and the line through it.
Yeah, so
That's
you
great.
can just be rest assured, like, you're gonna have success with these. And we guarantee all of our plants.
it.
If you were to go to the box stores and try to find the Asclepias, I promise you they're not gonna be guaranteed, you know? So
Yeah, you'd be on your own.
That's right.
And you do get all three that
All
you
three
see
colors.
on the screen. Don't worry, they come shipped to you like this.
Yes.
And I know you said it a moment ago, but for anybody just joining,
Sure.
how far from this to this size?
this is probably second season, but you know, that said, you're still gonna have the monarchs the first season. I planted this size in my garden in California last summer, and I told you I had 85 caterpillars from one collection. It was incredible.
That's so sweet. I love it. So I love that we're starting out the show this way, but to Steph's point, we have so much to come. And think about if you haven't been a big gardener in the past, maybe this year you try something brand new. And if you've never tried the Asclepias before, we
Yes.
highly recommend you start here. $24.98 to get all three plants home. That's $8.33 per plant. Worth it.
Amazing.
Worth it, worth it. Thank you,
Yes.
Steph. I'll see you
Thank you.
shortly. Hey, everybody, after 27 seasons at QVC, we cannot wait to show you what